Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Naman and I am a socially awkward person. If I see a stranger, I start thinking कि यार मैं इससे कैसे बात करूँगा, क्या बात करूँगा, and I get very nervous and I can't talk to new people. And even old people, I'm not much of a talker, but ऐसे लोग होते हैं ना यार, there are some people which captivates everyone's attention and they are like so fun to talk to and even you want to talk to them. So yeah, I wanted to improve my social talking skills, communication skills, and I read a couple of books. One of those books is like How to Talk to Anyone Anytime by Larry King, and the other one you must have seen it at every bookstore, How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? So I read these two books and I learned a great deal of things and काफ़ी improve कर लिया है मैंने. So let's talk about कि how to get better at talking to people. आपको लगता होगा ना that what is it about somebody that makes them so fun to talk to and so likable. What I have figured out in all this time is that somehow if people like those make you feel good about yourself, like आपको उनसे बात करके अपने बारे में अच्छा लगता है, you end up sharing your stories more, somehow you do the most of the talking and you feel good about that. So yeah, I mean that is the thing that differentiates from people who are good at talking, that they make you feel comfortable and you open up. So the first rule is listen, like listening. In this book, Larry King says that people you are talking to are 100 times more interested in themselves and their problems than they are you and your problems. So why don't ask them a question? Ask them a genuine question and be interested and listen. People love attention, and if you will ask them a question like, how are you doing? कैसा चल रहा है लाइफ में, and you are right there listening genuinely, then that is a great conversation starter. But now when the conversation turns to you, try to avoid questions जिसका जवाब हाँ या ना है, because that instantly kills the conversation. Instead you can use something called conversational threading. आप क्या चाहते हो? आप चाहते हो बहुत सारे हुक्स क्रिएट करना जो कोई सामने वाला बंदा पकड़ ले एंड कॉन्वर्सेशन गो ऑन दैट साइड. सो डोंट आंसर इन यस और नो, या ऐसे सवाल ही मत पूछो जिसका आंसर यस और नो में हो. इंस्टेड, लाइक इफ समवन आस्क्ड यू व्हाट डिड यू डू ऑन दिस संडे, आप बोल सकते हो मैं तो बस सो रहा था एंड आई डिड बेसिकली नथिंग. बट फिर उसके आगे क्या? इंस्टेड जस्ट से कि मैंने I watched this movie on Netflix, I read this book called How to Talk to Anyone Anytime, and I tried pineapple on pizza, which is very tasty by the way. So this gives them a lot of hooks to grab on and keep the conversation rolling. You can talk about pineapple on a pizza, you can talk about like what kinds of book you like and what movie did you saw on Netflix. So yeah, this is a great thing. अब आप कॉन्वर्सेशन में जाओगे एंड यू विल ट्राई कि आपको लोग पसंद करें, उस चक्कर में यू विल ऑलवेज ट्राई टू लुक परफेक्ट. बट इफ़ यू कीप ट्राइंग टू लुक परफेक्ट, यू विल प्रोजेक्ट योर सेल्फ एज अनअप्रोचेबल एंड नॉट रिलेटेबल. लाइक नो वन इज़ आइडियल दीज डेज. कोई परफेक्ट तो होता नहीं है, तो आप कैसे हो गए? एंड इफ़ यू विल ट्राई टू प्रोजेक्ट योर सेल्फ एज दैट पर्सन, मैं आपसे रिलेट ही नहीं कर पाऊँगा, देन हाउ वी विल बिकम फ्रेंड्स. तो इंस्टेड यू कैन बिकम मोर लाइकेबल बाय showing that you're relatable and you make mistakes as long as you're competent enough. This is a principle of social psychology called as pratfall effect, and it will help you connect with them a great deal. So don't try to look perfect. Now अगर आपको गॉसिपिंग करना पसंद है, मुझे भी पसंद है, नथिंग अगेंस्ट गॉसिपिंग, बट if you like to gossip about others and say bad things about others, it also affects like how you are perceived in someone else's head, बिकॉज what essentially you are saying is कि मैं अगर किसी इंसान की बुराई या गॉसिप किसी इंसान के बारे में if I can make fun of someone in front of you, then I can make fun of you in front of someone else, and that creates a lot of untrustworthiness. So you don't want to go in that direction. If you don't have anything good to say, you can talk about any other thing. Like there are hundreds of things to talk about rather than gossiping about and saying bad things about someone. And in psychology, this is called spontaneous trait transference. And yes, name. Taking names in a conversation is very important. If you have met someone and if you call them by their name, they'll feel connected. You'll feel like familiar to them. So take their name. If you have seen Wolf of Wall Street, I love that movie. You'll know, John, what I'm trying to say, John. Well, don't take names like Leonardo DiCaprio takes in that movie, like 100 times. About 3 times is enough, according to Dale Carnegie in this book. You can read those books too, but I'm telling you what is the gist of those. Now, at the last, I want to tell you that be self-assured. If you're not comfortable and confident in your own capacities and competence, like if you're not sure that what you do is nice and great, then you can't expect someone else to like you. And let me remind you that आपको अपना काम बोरिंग लगता होगा, but that is so interesting for someone else that you can't even imagine. जैसे I'm a doctor and I find my work really boring, but a lot of people really want to be doctors and they like it and they ask me questions कि ये कैसे होता है, वो कैसे होता है. तो you can be self assured and don't think कि आप कम हो किसी से भी. आप किसी से कम नहीं हो. कोई भी काम आप करते हो, कुछ भी करते हो. So be self assured and yeah, just go and say hi to the crush you have been wanting to talk for so long time. And I hope आपको ये वीडियो से थोड़ा बहुत हेल्प मिला हो. And the most important thing is practice. Talking is like any other skill. Like I'm talking to this camera right now. I'm आपने वीडियो देख के जान ही लिया होगा because I'm not really good at talking to cameras. I'm practicing and hopefully I'll get better with time. So in the same way you can talk to people and you will get better with time. And just go and say hi to someone. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, वो आपसे दोबारा बात नहीं करेगा. Well, you're not talking to them right now, so there's nothing to lose. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.